It's 8:50 in the morning on Friday, the 24th of March. I'm picking up a coil, and they almost got it loaded on my truck, but then they found out that the thickness was 0.504, and the paperwork says it's supposed to be 0.502. So now they're having to re-verify. I've been here for about almost 2 hours. I got here as soon as they were supposedly opened. The interesting thing about this load is it doesn't have to be tarped. And I've never had a coil that I didn't have to tarp before. And it's going to Nebraska. But it goes right by my house. And all different sizes. And just waiting on it to show up again. Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I'll actually be able to, when I get out of the truck, if I have a moment, to video it. It looks like it's going to be loaded eye to the side, or what is referred to as suicide style. And it weighs 46,900 pounds from what my information is, but it may be different on the paperwork, so I will secure accordingly. Right now I've got 6 chains and all set up, ready to go, but I may have to add more and go from there. It's wider. It's not a high profile coil. It's got a wider width and therefore a little bit lower profile, so it should be a little bit more balanced, or feel that way anyway. Just me. I prefer low and wide versus skinny and tall. So, in fact, there was a truck in front of me, behind this one. I've taken its spot now that it's been loaded and moved, that had a coil put on, and as they set it in the forklift back out of the way, you could see the coil just, you could see the deviation in his trailer as the coil just kind of moved on its own in conjunction with the deck of the trailer, and it made me think, wow, that's really not a whole lot of strength in his trailer. I don't know, maybe that's the case for all flatbed trailers, but it was kind of noticeable, and it was one of those taller, more narrow type coils. I don't know what the weight was, but I'm assuming it was over 45,000 pounds. But it just gives you, it kind of puts in additional perspective on how heavy these things are and the danger that they are to everybody, not just the truck driver, and how important it is to make sure the securements you use are in place correctly, and that they are not going to slip or have any kind of movement at all. Because if it's not tight, I mean like really tight, I would feel I guess more apprehensive. These anytime I load eye to the side or suicide, I tend to worry a little bit more, because I prefer shotgun or eye to the front, because this way any type of rolling action it wants to do, it's left and right and not forward into my cab and crush me if in case of an emergency, like somebody stops in front of me. So in this case, maybe whoever tries to cut me off may have to die in order for me to prevent me killing myself. I don't know. I jest. That is sarcasm. I hate anybody to think I'm serious about that, so I have to vocalize it. It's kind of like a warning before a video, because everybody takes things way too seriously. There are about, I want to say, 9 or 10 trucks here, and many of them have been sitting here for about the same amount of time that I've been sitting here. And we're all here to pick up coils, and yeah, I think this is a fairly new facility, because on Google Maps this place doesn't even exist. The building here, that's there's a driveway and stuff like that. So it makes me feel like with how frequently Google Maps updates themselves that this is a fairly new facility. So they may still be trying to feel out their loading procedures. But I feel sorry for the guy in the back of the line. I got here at 7 a.m. when they're supposedly opening, and come to find out there's already 3 trucks here. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I could have come here earlier. They did have parking here at this facility, but I wasn't sure exactly how that would work. And there's a truck stop like 2 miles away, and I was like, well, I don't have a lot to do today because I'm picking up my Coil here, and then I'm driving home, and it's 4 hours and 30 minutes to get home. So yeah, I've had to wait a little bit, but my day is going to be pretty short, so I'm not terribly worried about it. But I will have to leave on Sunday to go to Nebraska. And I think I've been to Nebraska one other time, I want to say. Maybe a couple. I lose track. See how this looks once it gets eventually loaded.